Hello, everybody. Welcome to this focus activity 6 to 7, choosing a holiday. My name is Sarah. I am an English teacher at the school in Florence. In Florence, there are 2 schools, and I work at the school on the west of the city in Via Baracca. And today, my co-teacher joining me is, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Joelle. Hi Beatrice from Milan. She's tired of staying at home. Yes, we are too. Very much so. I am from London in the UK. I live near Florence and also teach at the Baracca School of Florence. And so today, yes, you have 2 British speakers, British teachers. So the accent that you will be hearing today is very much from England. Okay. Hi, Greta from Udine.
Yeah, welcome. Yes, and for the other people watching, if you just want to put where you're from, so we've got Luca Pirilli from Novara. Welcome, Luca. Hope you're well today in Novara. Put your where you're from and your name in the chat, and then we can include you and make it as interactive as possible. So we've got Maria Lucia from Florence as well.
Oh,
okay,
hello.
Lovely. Welcome, Maria Lucia Bianchi. Okay, so today is, well, Joelle said before, it's a bit of a depressing focus because at the moment we can't go on holiday. And
exactly.
But maybe we can talk about holidays in the past and we can hope about holidays in the future. So today it's all about choosing a holiday. And I'm just going to go forward onto the next slide. And Joelle, do you think you could read the objectives and what we're doing today?
Of course. So we have choosing a holiday. In this focus activity, holiday vocabulary, using comparatives and talking about pros and cons.
Okay, thank you very much, Joelle. So, Joelle, let's start off with looking at a nice photo on the left. What can you see in the photo? Where do you think it is? Tell me a little bit about
that. Well, this is definitely in the mountains, driving through a valley. I don't know which country it is, but I don't know, it could be driving through the valley in the Dolomites, valleys in the Dolomites, or South America, or it looks fantastic. A nice, relaxing drive in the green mountains. Beautiful.
Yeah, would be nice to do that now, but not at the moment. Okay, so let's have a look at the next slide. And Joelle, can you read the slide for me, and then we'll get the other people listening to do some activities for us.
Okay, great. So, your last holiday, talk with a partner, think day. Where did you go? What did you do there? What was the food like? What were the people like? What was the best part? And what would you change about it?
Okay, thanks very much, Joelle. So for the guys listening, so we've got Beatrice, Luca, Maria, Lucia, Greta. If you can, in the chat, and anybody else who's listening, can you tell us about your last holiday? And can you answer the questions that are on the screen at the moment? Just one thing to be careful of, Joelle, you know the question number 3, what was the food like? Now, is one of those very confusing words. Do you want to maybe explain a little bit about this to the people watching?
Yes, sure. So very often when students see the word like, they automatically think that it is the verb like. But in this case, it is not the verb like. The verb is to be, okay? Was. What was the food like? So if you have a question with the verb to be and like is not the verb. It means describe the subject. So the subject is food. Describe the food. How was the food? Okay, so we do not say I like the pasta. No, we say the food was yummy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, or the
And we use
food
an
was
adjective.
disgusting. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Good.
so we use an adjective. Okay.
Perfect. Thanks very much. Good.
Okay.
So we've got another question that is similar to that. So what was the food like? And the next question, what were the people like? This is exactly the
Yeah.
same. We're not asking you, do you like people? That's not the question. The question is, describe the people. Okay. So Joelle and I are going to talk about our last holidays while we wait for you to write in the chat about your holidays, and then we can share your information with the rest of the group. So, Joelle, tell me about your last holiday. Where did you go?
Okay. I went to London, so I went back to my hometown last year. I went to.
And what did you do when you were there? What did you do there?
Okay, I was a right tourist, so I visited Buckingham Palace, and I took photographs in Piccadilly Circus. I shopped at Hamleys, the biggest toy store in London. I walked in St. James's Park and Hyde Park. What did I do? I did a lot of things. I walked along the river and crossed Tower Bridge.
Wow. You did lots of things.
Visited St. Paul's Cathedral on Easter Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hi, Gabriele.
Hi, Gabriele.
Who's just joined. Okay. Make sure if you can write your last holiday in the chat. So for those of you joining just now, answer the questions about your last holiday and put the information in the chat. So Joelle, the dreaded question about England and food. What was the food like in England, in London?
The food was amazing. Really, really good.
I don't think the Italians believe you.
No, honestly, if you know where to go, you can eat really well. So honestly, I only ate in a few restaurants during the day. So I had fish and chips and other things. But very often I bought my food at the supermarket and I cooked in my hotel because we had a kitchenette.
Oh, nice.
The food was very good.
Excellent. Okay, so let's have a look at somebody who's written about their holiday. Luca, thank you. My last holiday was last summer, and I went to Rhodes in Greece. I tried a Greek drink called ouzo, and I ate Greek typical food in some restaurants. It was amazing. Well done, Luca. That's really good. Grammar, very good. And
maybe I would say I ate typical Greek food. I would invert the two adjectives.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with you. But otherwise, it's a really good answer. And I have a question for Luca. Ouzo. What is ouzo? Is it alcoholic? Is it a sweet drink? Is it fizzy? Can you what was ouzo like? So tell me about ouzo. Okay. While we're waiting for other people to write in the chat, what was the best part, Joelle, about your holiday? Oh, Joelle? Joelle, I have lost you. Joelle has frozen. I don't know whether it's a problem with Joelle or if it's a problem with me. But hopefully we will continue.
Okay, we've lost. And you have to be plus like.
Oh, perfect. You're back.
Okay. I thought it was you who had gone.
Oh, maybe I had gone. Who knows? Who knows who had gone?
All right. So remember, if we have... Sorry, yes?
You carry on, Joelle.
I'm saying if you have to be plus subject plus like, remember, describe the subject with adjectives. So the food was amazing and the people were friendly. Okay? Subject, to be, and then adjective.
Cool. And what was the best part about your holiday, Joelle?
The best part of my holiday was sharing all of these fantastic places and memories of my childhood with my family, with my children, because I took my children with me to see where I was born.
Oh,
and
nice.
It was just nice for them to finally understand why their mummy speaks English.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, we have something from Greta. So my last holiday was in Australia. Amazing. I stayed for 3 months. Greta, stay is in the present. If you're talking about your last holiday in the past, what should you do with the verb to stay? And so I had or ate a lot of typical food. So you have 2 verbs in that one. I ate a lot of typical food, or I had a lot of typical food. Okay. And the same with the next one. And I saw a lot of wonderful places too, as beaches or mountains. Okay. And she continues to say it was the best holiday ever. I imagine 3 months. Okay.
Amazing.
Joelle, do you want to talk us through Beatrice?
Yes.
What Beatrice has done. Let me put it on I'll put it up for you. There you go.
Yeah. So Beatrice says, you want to say my last holiday, or during my last holiday, I went. So we need to change the preposition. When we use go, we always use the preposition to. I went to Puglia. In particular, I went, capital I, big I, always with a subject, we use a capital I. I went to Gargano. There is one more, or maybe that is one more touristic area of Puglia, not land, but area of Puglia. We need to use what do we use? Here you've put I eat only fish. That is fresh, but we need to use, because we're talking about something that happened in your last holiday, we need to use the past simple. So if you know the past simple, can you write it, Beatrice, in the chat? Only, and the spelling of fish and fresh. So I'll write the spelling, fish and fresh. Okay, so no C, just fish and fresh. You only ate fresh fish. Fresh fish. Okay.
Nice. Okay. Luca confirmed that Uzo is alcoholic. Thank you. Thank you, Luca. I was interested. So thank you for confirming that. And we have Maria Lucia. Greta. No, we have Lucia. Maria Lucia. Last summer, I, with a capital I, remember, as Joel said before, I went to Belgium because my boyfriend is half Belgian. Oh, interesting. My husband is half Belgian. Small world. The food was very good, in particular mussels and chips. The people were very strange. It depends on the area, I think. Yeah, remember that people is plural. So the people were, but I think you corrected yourself as read it already.
She corrected herself. Yes, very good.
Well done. Good.
And thank you, Sarah, for correcting for showing the corrections of past simple for Greta. Saw, ate, and stayed. Fantastic.
Good. What about Gabriele? Can you talk through Gabriele, Joanne?
Yeah, okay. Last Christmas, I went to the mountains in Trentino Alto Adige. I would have liked to ski. I would have liked to ski on the snow, but it wasn't snowing.
Oh, no.
The food was good, especially the strudel. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So, very good.
Sorry, yeah.
Just remember again, capital I's whenever we're using the subject me, I. We never use the small I, always uppercase, okay? And be careful with your capital letters as well for places. So Trentino, Alto Adige should all have capital letters. Okay. And also specially. I like the way he used the specially, because this is like slang English. Very often instead of saying especially, we usually say specially. So it's very good.
Yeah. He continues to say the people were particular because the half were German. Half were German. The half were you just need half were German.
And capital G
was when I the best part was when I saw the House of Santa Claus.
Beautiful.
Very good. Very nice. And remember, Santa Claus is actually a person, so capital S and capital C. So
capital G for the nationality, German.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly.
Yes.
And Joelle, what about Valeria?
The last, so not the last my holiday, but we say my last holiday, or for my last holiday, I went, again, we need the preposition, to Istanbul for my birthday with my friend Mirko. Ooh, I ate typical food, such as or like kebabs. Okay, so you have more than one type of food. So I ate typical food. So without we don't need the article I ate typical food like kebabs, yogurt, and a lot of sweet foods, different sweet foods. Okay, great.
Nice, really good. So we have Katerina joining us from Livorno, lovely. And Katerina shared this one with us. Before the quarantine, yes, life before quarantine, I often went to Berlin because my sister has lived there for about 1 year for work, and now she's stuck there. Oh my goodness.
No.
Oh dear. But yeah, so hopefully the quarantine will end soon and we can go back to some normality. Valeria added, the Turkish kitchen is very creative. Now this is interesting. It's the Turkish, and then we actually use the French word to describe. Kitchen is the place, but the actual food, when we describe it, we talk about cuisine. So we would talk about Turkish cuisine or French cuisine or Italian cuisine. Okay.
Yep. And there are a lot of words in English that we have actually taken from French, and this is one of them.
Yeah, definitely. Luca added, the food was very good and it seems to be Italian food and people were open-minded and friendly. Lovely. Okay, well, thank you very much for your comments. That's great interaction from you guys. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, so we're going to have a look here at talking about the future. So, Joelle, could you read this for me?
Sure. Your next holiday. Talk with a partner. Think about your next holiday. How far in advance do you like to plan your holidays? Which do you prefer, summer holidays or winter holidays? Why?
Sorry.
Which do you prefer, packaged holidays or planning your own? Why? And what things do you need to think about when you are planning a holiday?
Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got some different questions here. So again, if you want to have a go at answering one or two of the questions in the chat, so try out your English. In the meantime, just let's do a check with some vocabulary. Joelle, if you talk about in advance, what do you do if you do something in advance? What's another word like advance?
A word?
Or another expression?
When you do something in advance, you do it beforehand or previously.
Yeah, exactly.
Before. Yeah.
Yeah, good. And the other thing is, what is a package holiday? So in question 3, which do you prefer, packaged holiday or planning your own? What's a packaged holiday, Joelle?
So in Italian, very often, or in Italy, they say all-inclusive holidays. So a packaged holiday has everything included. So you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner included, drinks maybe, and maybe also some activities during the holiday are included in the price.
Yeah, exactly. So you can have, sometimes packaged holidays don't include everything, but a packaged holiday as a minimum should have the flight, the hotel, and the transport, so that you don't have to worry about doing anything while you're there except maybe eating food and sunbathing, or skiing if you go to the mountains.
Lovely. Sounds like a dream.
Would be nice. So, Joelle, what do you prefer, package holidays or planning your own?
I do prefer planning my own holidays, because very often in packaged holidays, they don't give you the option to do very off the beaten track things, or things that are not typical. So with a packaged holiday, they will give you the most common requests. So if you go to the beach, just an umbrella, a beach towel, and the hotel on the beach. Whereas I prefer to be able to visit places around that area and not only stay on the beach, for example. So I prefer to plan my own.
Yeah, so Joelle used the expression off the beaten track. So that's when you go somewhere where the other people don't go. Mm-hmm. So if you go to Sicily and you go to, I think, is it Taormina maybe, or a place which is very typical in Sicily, that's not off the beaten track. Off the beaten track is when you discover a beach where there is nobody and you walk to it and it's very isolated or not very popular with other people or not very well known. So yeah, I agree with you, Joelle. It's nice to find places that are off the beaten track. Okay. We just had another comment from Rosita. She's from Naples. The last holiday was in Puglia. Me and my friends, by a camper, have reached many places of the regions and found beautiful beaches. Okay, so I imagine that when Rosita was in the Puglia, she went off the beaten track because she found beaches that were maybe away from the typical beaches where you go if you're on a packaged holiday.
Very good. Remember to say my last holiday and not the last holiday, because it's personal. It's yours. My last holiday.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
And,
okay.
Not have reached present perfect, but me and my friends, it happened last year, reached just past simple.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Beatrice, oh, sorry, I was trying to share Beatrice. I think that next I'll go to visit the same city. To visit some city, maybe. For example, I would like to visit Lisbon. Okay. Ooh. Por example is maybe a little mixture of Italian and English altogether, but we would use for example. Okay. Begin. Okay, let's have a look at Luca. Can you read Luca for me, Joelle?
I usually plan my holidays 2 months in advance, more or less. Fantastic, great. I really like summer holidays because I love sunbathing and swimming. I love the sea. Me too, Luca. I love it. And I prefer packaged holidays. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Very good.
I do like packaged holidays, for example, if I have to go somewhere with the children and everything is already organized and I don't have to go crazy organizing everything for the kids, then I prefer a packaged holiday. But if it's personally for me, I prefer planning my own.
Yeah, very good.
Sometimes you require a packaged holiday. Just to relax.
Sometimes it's just
I'm not going to think about anything. I just want to go there and everything is done for me, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
What about you? Do you prefer packaged ones or planning your own, Sarah?
Like you, I think it depends. If I want to relax and do nothing, then a packaged holiday is perfect. But if I want to go to explore maybe a new place or something like that, then I would maybe try and plan something on my own and do it that way. I think that's what I would do. So, yeah, but it depends. Anyway, let's move on to some vocabulary. We have some different sections on the screen. So we've got transportation, planning, types of holiday, sightseeing, and accommodation. So what kind of words can you put under transportation? Joelle, what kind of words would you have under transportation when you're talking about holidays?
Okay, so students, as well as we are speaking, please write your answers if you have any ideas for each of these categories. I think for transportation, especially if I go somewhere by plane, which is already a form of transportation, I very often appreciate a shuttle service from the airport to my hotel or wherever I need to go. If it's free, a free shuttle service. So shuttle service or plane is another form of transportation.
Yeah, good. Let's just share a couple more comments from before. We have Beatrice, normally I prefer summer holidays because in winter there is only a bit of time for holidays. Okay, yeah, very good. And also with Gabriele, I organise my holidays many months before because I always look for the best offer. Very good. But I'm lucky enough to have a house in Cagliari near the sea. And in this way I save money. Oh, very good, Gabriele. And lucky
nice.
You. Very nice. Okay, good. Okay, so we've done some words for transportation. What about planning, Joelle? Any words that you can think of for planning?
So, for example, planning an itinerary. For example, an itinerary in the city you're going to visit. Plan ahead what you want to see and where you want to go. Planning tickets, like getting your tickets or booking your hotel.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
Yeah.
Easier category, types of holiday. What would you have for types of holiday?
Okay, so we've already mentioned like a summer holiday, like a beach holiday, or a skiing holiday. A safari. Why not? It's a type of holiday.
Okay. Yeah, expensive holiday. You can't do safari in Italy. Only in a safari park.
Okay, so Luca has airplanes, rental car, and ferries. Great. Thank you.
It's nice. Very good. What about sightseeing, Joelle? What would you have under sightseeing?
Maybe a map. It's very useful for sightseeing. And a camera, so you can take lots of photographs.
Yeah, very good. And also, I think maybe monuments, because a lot of people use the word site, but you can also use monuments. So monument or a site.
Absolutely.
So for sightseeing. And there's something that we have, there is one in Florence, that's the open top bus.
Yeah.
When you went to London, did you go on the open top bus?
Not this time. I went about 10 years ago. No, more than that. 12 years ago on an open top bus.
Yeah. Open top bus is really good for seeing the city and seeing things and to understand the lay of the city. So you can maybe put that in sightseeing.
We also just call them sightseeing buses.
Yeah, or even just the red buses.
Yeah.
Because they're usually red. Yeah. We've had another comment from Rosita. I don't usually plan my holidays many times. Not many times, but a long time before the start, because I'm often undecided about where to go or what to do. I love summer holidays and I prefer planning it on my own or by myself. Okay, so you can choose on my own or by myself. Nice. Okay.
Hi, Valeria. We have somebody else who's joined us, I think, Valeria.
Hey, Valeria.
Hi.
Where are you from? Can you just tell us where you're from? And finally, Joelle, the last one, accommodation. Luca is going to beat you to it. Hotels, bed and breakfast, and hostels. Nice. Yeah, very good.
I can also add Airbnb.
Yes. Okay, that's become very popular recently.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, because there are some other words I think that will show. So we'll just reveal some other words so that you can see. And let's just go through and see if there's any difficult ones maybe that we need to explain, Joelle. Can you read the transport ones for me?
One moment, I'm just opening up the lesson because I can't see it. It's too small. One moment, let me just go to the page.
I'll read them while Joelle does that. So car, coach, plane, boat, to rent, fuel, road, and motorway.
Okay.
So most of those are probably okay, but the only thing is fuel. What's fuel, Joelle?
Fuel is petrol or gas.
Yeah.
So in England, we usually say petrol, which is what we use for our cars to move around. And in the States, they usually refer to it as gas, which comes from gasoline. Yeah.
We also have two different types. We have petrol and we have diesel.
Yep.
But generally, I have a diesel car, but I still say I'm going to fill up with petrol, even though it's a diesel. Yeah.
It's just the generic term that we use. Okay, I can see I've got the page up if you want me to read
it.
Good.
Okay. Do you want to read the planning? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we have packing, suitcase, luggage, visa, and passport. Oh, very good. Yeah. So before you leave, it's very important to think about what you're going to put in your suitcase. So this is for the packing, to pack your suitcase. And what's a visa?
The visa is not your credit card. Because yes, you can have a Visa or a MasterCard and that will be a credit card. But in this case, if you go to places maybe like India or some countries in Africa or in Russia, you need to get a special piece of paper from the government before you travel. And that it goes with your passport. Or sometimes when you arrive at the country, you need to organize a visa. That's definitely
special authorization from the government to travel to that country. Yeah. Okay, that's the answer to your question, Luca. So visa is the special authorization that you need to put in your passport to show when you arrive at your destination that you can travel to this place.
Yeah. Okay. The other question was couch surfing in accommodation. This was from Luca. The couch surfing, another word for couch is sofa. And it's this new craze where you don't pay any money, but there is a website and people offer their sofa and you can sleep on their sofa for free. And it's called couch surfing. Google it. Google couch surfing, Luca, and you will find out a little bit more. Okay.
And Valeria also asks, what does suitcase mean? So a suitcase is your bag that you use to travel with. So where you put your clothes, and your belongings.
Yeah. The main difference between a suitcase and a bag, for me, a suitcase is usually more rigid and is usually better if you put the bag in the hold. So it's more protected. A bag could be anything, could be a small bag, a big bag, but a suitcase generally maybe has wheels as well, so you can pull your suitcase, but it's quite a big bag. And I have another
bag for travel.
Yeah, I have another question, and that is luggage, because luggage is an interesting word. Because suitcase, one suitcase, two suitcases, three suitcases, countable. Okay, Joelle, tell us about luggage.
So luggage is uncountable, and it's all of your suitcases or bags put together. So if you are traveling to Australia or the United States, somewhere very far away, and you have 3 suitcases with you, you can call all of them luggage. You just say, that's my luggage. Okay?
Yeah. And Valeria's just asked, when she's talking about the suitcase, is it like a trolley? Trolley bag, a trolley is what you use in the supermarket. So if you go shopping in the supermarket, you use a trolley. So you don't take a trolley to the airport, but you could take a trolley bag, or we would use, I use a wheelie bag. don't know what you use, Joelle, but I talk about a
Oh
wheelie
yeah,
bag.
I just say suitcase. I just say
Okay.
suitcase.
Okay, yeah, but you're right, Valeria. It's a trolley, a wheelie bag or a trolley bag is like a small suitcase. For me, a suitcase is maybe a little bit bigger, but as Joelle says,
Also,
she uses suitcase.
are you talking about like a hand luggage
Yeah,
wheelie bag? Like,
yeah.
okay, there, like you say, I just say hand luggage. I don't even use wheelie bag or trolley bag. But yeah,
But
everybody,
trolley
different
is
places use different
supermarket.
words. Yeah,
But
trolley
trolley is the
absolutely.
supermarket, so don't take a trolley with you on holiday. It'd be very difficult. Okay, good. So we're just going to move on because I don't want to run out of time and have a look at the comparisons which we were going to look at today. So Joelle, can you read this slide for me?
Okay, put these words into their comparative forms and into the gaps. So we have the adjectives: cheap, expensive, delicious, hot, small, boring, relaxing, and fun. Do you want me to read the sentences too?
Yeah, so if you want to read the sentences with the and
in the middle,
while
yes.
while Joelle is reading the sentences, have a look. What is the adjective? You need to put it into the comparative to make the sentences work. So before we read all of them, let's just look at the first one together. So Thailand is Russia.
Russia.
So if we want to say, for example, I don't know, maybe we choose the adjective hot. So Joelle, what could you say if you wanted to use the comparative for Thailand is Russia?
Okay, so hot is a short adjective. It only has one syllable. So we need to add er. Thailand is hotter, and then we use the word than. Thailand is hotter than Russia. Okay?
Okay, good. So Beatrice, you are almost right, but you need to use double T, okay? Because hot is one of those very short words. It's like big, where you need to put the double T, okay? So it should be hotter than, okay? And Valeria, you've come up with it's more cheap than. Now, cheap, is that a small word or is it a long word? Because if it's a short word, what do we need to do to make the comparative? If it's a long word, we can use more, but if it's a short word, what's the comparative? Lucas had Thailand is smaller than Russia. Okay, very good. Okay, so we got different ones. Okay, so let's just read all the different sentences, Joelle, with the and then if you're listening, you can try and complete the different sentences by putting them in the chat, but 2 through to 8. But let's read the sentences first with the
Yes. Okay.
Well done, Valeria. Oops, sorry, well done,
Thailand
Valeria.
is Russia. Museums are restaurants. The beach is the mountains. Driving is flying. Couchsurfing is staying in a hotel. Active holidays are relaxing holidays. Paris is Rome. And wine is beer. Okay.
Okay.
So remember that maybe some of these adjectives could be correct in different sentences, or maybe if you don't know, it doesn't really matter. The important thing is that the grammar is correct. Okay.
Yeah, good. So Beatrice, museum. So if it's singular, a museum is more boring than a restaurant. Or if it's plural.
But here we have the plural.
So museums are more boring than restaurants. Well done, Luca.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so I'm just writing the rule here. If an adjective only has one syllable, add and then than. So
let's move on to this one.
Yeah.
So Valeria B has 2. So it's museums are more, and then you need the adjective, well,
The
corrected,
adjective.
Valeria, are more
Excellent.
relaxing than restaurants. Okay, so you've again, when the rule is, so when you've got these 2 or more syllables, the longer words, then you need to add more plus than. But nice. Okay. Now, this is an interesting one. The beach is funner than the mountain. Okay, now, fun, you're right. It's a short word. So in theory, you follow the rule and you get that one. But actually, fun is an irregular one.
Irregular.
And so we always use it with more fun than. It's irregular. We should teach it like good and bad. But yeah, so it's more fun than. Okay, so as
And yes, be careful as well. Yes, Luca's written it correctly. Remember, mountains are always plural. It's very, very uncommon to find just one mountain on its own. So we always refer to mountains in the plural sense. The mountains. Okay.
Gabriele, the beach is less relaxing than mountains. Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Also, we can use the other opposite, less instead of more.
Really. Driving is more expensive than flying. Yeah, nice.
Really?
Good use of the. I think it depends. You think about a cheap flight with Welling, or you think about a cheap flight if you go from Florence to Sicily and you drive, or you fly from Florence to Sicily. Yeah, I think if you get a cheap flight, I think it can be cheaper to fly sometimes.
Okay.
For example, from here to England, driving is more expensive.
Yeah. Okay, absolutely. It's the other side of the world.
So it depends. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Some nice sentences there. Really good, guys. Really good. Okay, so remember the rules. If it's a short adjective, you need to add the ER. And if it's a longer adjective, then you put more plus the adjective and then than. Okay. Also remember that fun is a strange adjective. It's irregular. So we say it's more fun than and not funner. But yeah, but pretty good. Okay.
And then the superlative is obviously like more. Then we use most, the most fun. Okay.
Exactly. And Joelle, for you, number 8, wine is beer. What do you think for that sentence? How would you complete the sentence 8?
I don't like beer or wine, so I wouldn't use any of these adjectives. I would say, but maybe wine is more expensive than beer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you could use that.
I don't know which one is more delicious because I don't like either. So
bad person to ask. Okay. Beatrice, couchsurfing is cheaper than staying in a hotel. Yeah, very good. What's your spelling with cheaper? So it's CHEAPER. Yeah, really good. Okay, lovely. Okay, so let's move on and have a quick look at the the last slide here. So Joelle, can you read the last slide for me?
Okay, sure. So choosing a holiday. What things do you need to think about when choosing a holiday? What is your opinion on these things? The beach, the mountains, summer, winter, relaxing, active, beer, wine, hotel, couch surfing, flying, driving. What are the good and bad points about going on holiday in Italy or outside of Italy?
Okay, good. So we've got an opportunity for you to use some comparatives, but this time you can have to invent your own comparatives. But just to let you know, wine is more delicious than beer, according to Luca.
Okay.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Luca. I think wine is nicer than beer. Okay, so have a think about these ones here. So we're practicing the comparatives. So have a look here and maybe tell us why. So we've got things like, if you look at the middle bit, so what is your opinion on these things? The beach and the mountains, summer and winter, relaxing and active, beer and wine, hotel and couch surfing, flying and driving. So now about you, what do you think? So put in the chat what your opinion is about the different points. And Joelle, I'm going to ask you the first question. What is your opinion? I think I know the answer on the beach and the mountains. Can you give me some sentences about the beach and the mountains using the comparatives?
There's no contest here. The beach is better than the mountains, in my opinion.
Why?
But because I love the sea and I love the smell of the sea air, and because the sea air is very good for you, it's very healthy, so it's it can help you feel better.
With the mountains, so healthy in comparison with the mountains.
So it's well, I don't know if it's healthier. I'm not sure if it is healthier, but this is my opinion of the beach, and I think that the beach is more relaxing than the mountains, even though some people don't agree. Like on the beach, I just like to lie down and read a nice book and relax with the book and just listen to the sound of the water. It's very relaxing. Whereas I think the mountains are less relaxing because you go hiking and walking and climbing, and these are very active activities. And I don't know, my opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Okay, lovely. Well, we've got some other people who've come in just from the last exercise. Driving is less expensive than flying. So Rosita was disagreeing with the person who said it was more expensive. Luca has said, I prefer the beach over the mountains. Okay.
I like that, over the mountains.
Yeah, I prefer the beach over the mountains, or I prefer the beach to the mountains. You could choose either.
Yeah.
Maria Lucia, winter is better than summer. Why? Why, Maria? Why is winter better than summer? Tell me why. Okay.
I don't agree. What do you think, Sarah? Do you agree with Maria Lucia?
I like both, but for me, the summer is hotter than winter, but sometimes it's too hot, and so I prefer spring. So for me, I like this time of year where it's not too hot. Winter is more boring than summer because you stay inside more.
Yeah, exactly.
I think so. It's more boring. And I think in summer, I'm more active in the summer. I do more things, I think, in the summer. That's
Okay. Beatrice says in Italy, in summer, we need the subject. It is hotter than in the mountains. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
In Italy, in the summer. The beach is hotter than the mountains, maybe. Is this what you want to say?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the beach is hotter than the mountains. Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes, for me, in the summer, I think the mountains are definitely cooler, and it's easier to live in the summer in the mountains. I think it's in Florence, for example, it's more difficult because it's very, very hot.
I think summer is better than the winter because you can do more things because you have more hours during the day of daylight.
Yeah, that's true. Gabriella's made a good point. I agree with you, Gabriella. In my opinion, in Florence, the winter is better than summer because the heat here is terrible. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
And flying is better than driving because it's the easiest way to get to some places. Yeah, it depends where you're going, obviously. If you want to go to Prato from Arezzo, then flying is definitely not the easiest way to get there. But if you want to go places like Sicily, or you want to go outside of Italy, I think, then yeah, flying is easier than driving.
All
Definitely.
right.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for all your contributions here. We hope that you've enjoyed talking about holidays, even though we can't go on holiday at the moment.
Even just dreaming is nice.
Yeah, and remember about the comparatives. So if it's a short word, then you've got to add the ER, cheaper than, bigger than. And remember, with words like hot and big, you double the T. And then with your long words, you need to add more plus the adjective. So more expensive than, more difficult than. And remember that fun is one of those exceptions, one of the irregular ones. So we don't say funner, but we say it's more fun than something else. Okay, lovely. So well done, everybody. So thank you very much. I'll leave Joelle to finish, and see you again soon.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. It was a pleasure. And when you interact with us, the lesson is so much more fun and dynamic. So thank you for your participation, and hope to see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.